this was not really Israel's battle. This was going to just be a flat-out victory from the Lord. The priests symbolize worship and God's presence, showing that victory came from spiritual means and not from military strength. This was not soldiers winning a war, but God bringing down the walls by his mighty power. Why was the Ark of the Covenant in the battle? Normally, the Ark stayed in the tabernacle. That's where Israel worshiped God, and it was never to be treated as a weapon. We saw that warning in 1 Samuel chapter 4, but here, what God was saying, why was it there with them? Because God himself commanded the Ark's presence. The Ark's role wasn't to fight, but to show that God was present and leading them to victory. The Ark's presence here in Jericho equaled God's presence tearing down the walls, whereas the Ark in 1 Samuel chapter 4 represented a lucky charm and brought them failure. And then the ram's horns that were used instead of those silver trumpets. Normally, silver trumpets were used for war. You can see that in Numbers chapter 10. Here, God told Joshua to use these ram's horns that were associated with Jubilee, worship, coronation, and God's mighty acts. By using shofars, these ram's horns, God framed Jericho not as a human battle, but as a holy procession and declaration of his kingship. This wasn't a war in the normal sense. This was a spiritual act of worship that led to victory.